Hey everyone, today we are going to go through the dev notes for 30, and I'm recording this again because the previous one was definitely actually too long. I actually got to like just 40 minutes of me talking. So I'm just gonna shorten myself up. I'm actually already tired making this video now, but we'll go through it. I think I got really heated up for some sections and developer notes. But anyways, let's jump into the video and talk about it. And I will try to be short as possible. So first thing is of course new alternate reactors. Awakening Jake, Rita, and Yuri is going to be receiving it, and Jake and Rita, despite being an anti-mechanic unit, especially Rita, has been out of meta for a long time, so they are going to be giving Reactor to have a better chance against them. I think Jake will definitely be way better now after getting stun immunity and uncancelable attack speed buff after using special skill Reactor. That sounds really amazing. I think still won't solve against certain issues against certain types of units, but I think this will be really strong change to make it even more stronger against mechanic units. Rita is going to be doing damage amp debuff as well as able to launch her enhanced attack a little bit more, and with her existing kit she has a bit of stun. With her enhanced attacks, she is able to reduce their attacks. She's able to apply anti-healing 20%. That sounds like really nothing, but still exists. So she's able to apply a lot of debuff for 3 costs and should be able to do more damage. So that sounds really nice on paper, but we'll see how it works. Overall, I think these should be really amazing upgrade. And I think Yuri is the one that's going to be most popular because like 3 cost rebate, that sounds really good. And which she kind of was way back in the day. Just Rebet kind of replaced that place because she is cheaper and does it better. But if now Yuri can do the same thing but a bit more tanky for 1 more cost, I think that sounds really amazing. So all the new reactors, I think they're looking pretty promising. Second one is also pretty huge change for the world map raid. Is going to be a wipeout function, which is sweep option. So if you one shot the raid boss, let's say if I one shot 190 boss for that season, I should be able to one shot every single boss because I'm going to be doing whatever damage I use to one shot that boss applied to all other bosses. So instantly clearing raid bosses like that sounds really good. And on top of that, they are going to be adding info reduction implementations after you getting all the rewards, so you are able to hit the raid much easier, and you are able to get some raid tokens, especially if you do 190 raids, to get more SSR relics for the raid gears. So that sounds pretty good. We'll see how much info consumption they're going to be reducing. Hopefully quite a bit. Let's say 50%. We'll see how much they reduce. Regardless, as someone who already do raids anyways after hitting 70,000 points, this is a very welcoming change, and I guess I can really get the title in next year now. I'm already halfway there for Britra, so Britra raid guaranteed to get the title next year. So that's good. Next one is the big topic, which is regarding the gauntlet rank battle. So things to take away from here. First, they say they will change that so victory points will be not deducted upon defeat, reducing the pressure of the rank battles. And along with that, they are going to be upping the requirements to receive the gauntlet skins because it is going to be easier to get the higher tiers, and to make sure that current existing hardcore players not to feel left out about it, they are going to be strengthening the ranked rewards so that both existing CEO and new CEO can enjoy the rank battle. So they had something similar like this for the last season of the Champions mode for the Korean server, where to get to like Challenger, basically you didn't really basically lose any points if you lose. So you just gotta have to win certain amount of times and you are able to hit that rank. After that, if you lose, then you kind of get demoted, but then you don't go below that point. In perfect world scenario, like I said, I think it should work. I definitely kind of felt like that from the championship mode for the Korean server, but it still wasn't perfect. I think they definitely need a lot of other additional details to make sure it's still worth to be a little bit more sweaty than not, because after all, it's a competitive aspect. But when it comes to reward parts, I think they have to be very specific, I would say. I mean, giving more rank reward is fine, but I think what they should be really giving is even if it's something little, giving rewards to players who play every single day, like every day kind of thing. You should be rewarding those types of people instead of people who play once and park there and just do nothing for the rest of the season. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. it is definitely very relaxing aspects. I think that's why I still enjoy CounterSide PvP, is because it's definitely less woody. As someone who played Epic 7, as much as I enjoyed Epic 7, sometimes it was really frustrating and just really did not want to play the game. I just sometimes felt like, okay, I gave up. I'm just no longer wants to touch this thing because it's a stressful, you know. I might not have something meta units and I just can't even compete against them time to time, so it feels like meaningless. And then when I lose, losing stake is big. So getting rid of that is good aspects, but I'm saying there is also good thing comes from being sweaty and competitive aspects instead of just making so easy to get whatever you want. So I think it is very important to balance that out. Point I'm trying to say is, I think this should be really good for casual players, but to keep the hardcore players happy, I think they should really focus on giving more rewards to people who play every day, regardless of your rank. You don't have to be even challenger. If you could be around diamond rank, whatever, but if you just like to play casually every day, I think it should be rewarding those people instead of people that could be parking for the one season and just do nothing for the rest of the season. Like, which, to be fair, I've done that a couple times throughout my almost 5 years of playing the game. So I'm saying there's gotta be a more rewarding aspects for people who play constantly. That's all I wanted to say, but I think I dragged out too much trying to explain myself with that statement. Next, they're upgrading observation mode, and they're going to be adding draft, pick, and ban sections as well. So I think what they're trying to lead probably for the next anniversary, which is coming in a few months, is probably going to having like global server championships and also having observation mode on top of that. So you're just able to kind of just sit and watch other people play and see what they do. So I think they're building up stuff like step by step for that. And personally, I think that's a good feature to have. I think Epic 7 has it and it works well for them. So yeah. Next one is more unexpected announcements, is the collaboration announcements, and that is coming to January 2025. It's going to be having new story, new Awaken employees, operator, and SSR employees as well. So yeah, more units and stuff to go after. I'm not sure if they're going to be meta, but we'll see. But it could be good. So if you still haven't pulled out for Awaken Nile, you might be able to just save up for this Awaken employee instead, because it could be really good. But saying like 2 Awaken employees we have from collaborations, Jacko, which is still really amazing for PvE, I would say, but still it's not like that crazy meta for other contents, and PvP isn't that good. Karen, definitely outdated, not that great. So it has been skippable so far, and I wonder if they will continue to go down the path. Maybe it could be meta breaking units, we'll see. But I think Rem Missile is still pretty amazing units from the SSR pool from the Guilty Gear. Amelia still is pretty good, I would say. So we'll probably see more Rem Missile and Amelia at the best. I don't think we'll see crazy limited banner unit just destroying everything kind of situations. Probably not. Not at least with the track records they had, but we'll see. But as a game IP that's going to be, or whatever IP is going to be collaborating this time, speculation goes that I have no idea. I have zero idea. I think it will probably something you've seen from the other games. Maybe it could be like the Slime anime. I think that game did a lot of collaborations because it has its own mobile game as well. Full Metal Alchemist, probably not, because I think their mobile game closed on the server, so probably not. So whatever existing mobile gacha game with whatever IP they have right now is probably the one that's going to be collaborating, unless it's like one-sided. I think Code Geass, that mobile game also went down the service, so yeah, I don't know. But I don't know which one will be, but I'm excited to see. Hopefully it's something that I like, as I mean like my fan favorite. It would be nice if it's a free run. I think that's the only anime that I really enjoyed all these years. Honestly, that anime is a surprise. I mean, I only got hooked up to the manga just before the anime came out, and I was like, okay, this is pretty fire. And then I watched the anime, I was like, wow, this is actually really, really good. I got to say, it's been a long time since I've really enjoyed the anime. So free run is probably the one that's going to be wow me, but that's really, really high expectation. I felt like if it's a free run collaborations, they probably already said it already. But I'm lowering my expectation quite a bit when it comes to collaborations. But I'm very open-minded, long as it's not Guilty Gear or some collaboration I've seen it a million times from other games, I'm okay with it personally. Because like Guilty Gear, for example, like I said, I have nothing against it, but I've seen it just too many times throughout like 4 different games I played, so I just don't want to see it. I want to see something that I didn't experience from other games so much, but we'll see. But it's probably something that you already seen before. Personally, I don't think there's going to be some crazy original stuff that you've never seen before, but they're welcome to surprise me. But we'll see. We'll find out. Next one is for the special Fusion Core crafting limit stacking. I did talk about this quite a bit when it first came out, and I think they should have it as well. And they're finally implementing it. So this is going to be basically how it works, is that if you forget to craft 15 for that week, next week you are going to be having 30 to craft instead of 15. So sometimes you forget and stuff, and I think this should be helping you out quite a bit if you can craft 15 every week. And personally, I think it should stack up to maybe like a month. So if you don't craft for a month, you still come back and you can craft all of it. I think that should be probably good measurements. But yeah, I think it's coming for 5th anniversary soon, or the 3rd anniversary for the global server total. So they are trying to add all this quality of life changes, in my opinions, and some changes as well. And operator collections, I think one of the Webtoon artists asked for this. So basically they are going to be added to the collections, and they are going to be treated more like the units. They're going to be having birthday and stuff and more expirations. And next one is regarding the mainstream progress. To sum it up, let's wait for the next anniversary, which is in the next couple months, and they're probably going to reveal something. But sorry for like going really short for something like this, as someone who enjoyed the story, but like trust me, I recorded this for like past 2 hours and I'm talking too much, so I have to just stop myself from time to time to just, you know, give you more breathing rooms instead of me just talking to you nonsense for like 40-hour video or 40-minute video. Next 2 topic is actually more important, is the regarding to balance changes. They are going to be changing how kind of works. So they are going to be actually buffing units, I think, and stat related stuff like giving more HP, more defense, more attack percentage, whatever. That's going to be leaving more off to character buff. Reactor is going to be more of the mechanic changes. So it's going to be, that's how it's going to be worked now. And I think that should be more good. At the end, I don't think that's a huge difference personally. But if it means to just give more minor stat buff time to time to existing character to make them better, instead of waiting until the person gets the reactors, I think that's probably good changes. Because I think next one they're talking about is they're going to be releasing more SSR employees in 2025 in the sacrifice of releasing some skins. So personally, I think if they release more units and more constant updates to like balance patches to give them more stats and make them more usable throughout both PvE and PvP, well, probably more for PvP, because I think PvE is going to be really simple from down forward. Like raid is going to be sweepable, so there's a lot of content that's going to be just on the side, and I think they're really pushing for PvP aspects. So we'll see. But if they can make it so, like Cindy, for example, if she had one more thing, I think she'll be amazing units. Like, and her skill concept, I think is really cool. I like her design and everything. I'm trying to use her here and there. So I really enjoyed using the character, but performance isn't there for me to actually use her in a real combat scenarios. So giving her buff, like stat buffs to make her usable, I think that'll be really fun ideas. But I wish there was like, I don't know, beta server or test servers. I will test the crap out of it like 24/7, and I think there are some dedicated players as well who's willing to do that. I just want to see what happens if the Cindy gets this amount of buff. I would like to see what happens if the Aura gets this type of buff. I really want to see, but I'm not too mathematician person, and I actually want to see character performing real actions and see the graph and everything. So yeah, it's too bad I'm not in that positions. I wish there was, but anyways, just a little complaining there. But hopefully 2 things working together. That means more actual playable units. I think more units are good. More units are always good and fun, but the units has to be playable. There are tons of games out there that I play as well. They come up with the new units, but they're trash, and I'm like, okay, I have fun for like a day. I get my dopamine fixed up. I had fun with the gacha. I had fun with the character for like a day or two, then I'm done. They're stuck in my storage room forever. Never gonna pull them out of the rug. So I don't want that type of situation, but that happens quite a lot in gacha games. So I'm just saying, like, if they're going to release more units, trying to balance them more and actually make them more usable, like, there are tons of people willing to test for them. I just don't know why they wouldn't let you, which I get to certain points, but yeah. There's like, I work for free types of situation here. See? And this is what I'm talking about. I'm just like babbling now. I'm just talking too much. That's why video is getting so long. But anyways, increase of the source of training data. I think this is for more new players, but it's for 99% of players. This probably it doesn't really mean anything. And increase in punch rewards, I guess that will mean something. So more login events rewards. Even though I feel like the seasonal login events they do time to time, like the 7 days rewards, they're giving like quartz here and there. I think that's more of it. Maybe they'll actually reduce that and giving it more to daily login rewards. But yeah. And regarding to bug fixes and yeah, blah blah blah. The next one, let's go through the Korean one, because it's the same thing, but they have this thing regarding to Anime Game Festival 2024, because their booth was there and they had the cosplayers and stuff, and there are people who's having kind of interview Q&A sessions, not organized, but just asking them, and director kind of giving replies there as well. So first of all is about the special fusion cores and how to like kind of lower the requirements, which the recent thing they did, increasing reward from challenge stages, as well as giving more rewards from simulation trainings, and also getting rid of like catalysts and stuff. And they also said they are going to be doing more rewards that's not event based, to give more fusion cores to everyone. And for championship, they are thinking of implementing every character locking in 120 automatically to lower the entrance barriers as well. And another one from different CEO is that they want to see if the Lake Up Knights will be released as a character, and they will consider talking with the scenario writers to release in 2025. Another one is the mechanic balance one, and he says that after release of the Ultinium reactor for the Jake, we'll see how they'll perform to think and talk about mechanic balancing. I think person probably asked to like get more mechanic, more usable units, more buff or something. I'm assuming that's why he's mentioning that. I don't know what exact interview or question was. And 2025, they are also going to be releasing more of the normal grade SSR, I guess, mechanic units to increase the viability of the mechanic deck. Because I guess currently it's kind of playing around with the Awakened Sigma as well as a Realm Titan. So they're probably going to be releasing more mechanic units on the side that cheaper to use kind of thing, or more normal units that's not Awakened to kind of play in the comp. So next one is for the Ultinium reactor for Maestro, the Awakening Tower units we have. So right now they think it might be too early to call. It could be really overbalanced unit depending on the reactor, which I think that's also true. And they're kind of thinking about the buffing the other existing units to the team. So they're thinking about buffing character like Luna, I guess giving her more reactor or buff to make her work towards to more of the team synergy types of thing, instead of buffing the Maestro straight up. So if maybe Luna is out on the field, Maestro might get more attack speed, movement speed, or maybe getting some debuff immunity, stuff like that. So giving those types of additional effect to work towards to synergy of the team is probably, I guess, easier to balance than just trying to flat out make Maestro much stronger than what she is right now. Next one is regarding to Ellis, and the person wanted the 3-second hit-stun immunity for the Ellis after she gets deployed. And they said they designed her to be doing upburst damage types of character, and she is basically a rush character and still works as intended, which is true. And she still got one ban in December, so they still consider has, not the widely used units, but still able to be rush really strong in the rush comp. So if they think in the future, if the rush comp became weaker, she might be getting a sleep immunity after deployment time, or able to have immunity against a certain types of attacks, and that's the direction they're considering. So they're saying no buff for Ellis yet. No buff for Ellis yet. I mean, which is kind of true. Like, they're being really careful with their wording for sure. They're not really saying anything, but at the same time they're trying to reply without giving too much hope. And I think it's pretty reasonable statement right here. Like, I personally think Ellis is still pretty strong units for PvP anyways. So yeah, that's pretty good conversation here. I think we'll reply, I think, to that question of giving her 3-second hit stun immunity after getting deployed. But yeah, a lot of people said they wish to play this game for a long time. So yeah, he's very thankful for all this worlds and Q&As from the players as well. So he will try his best to get the game into service for the upcoming years and such. And the rest of the stuff that's pretty much the same. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. We've been recording this for a while, 38 minutes. So yeah, I have to edit that out here and there. But yeah, thanks for watching. That was a lot of stuffs. So I think they're all pretty positive things. I think the only thing that worries me is probably for the PvP sections, like I said. I think in perfect worst scenario it will work, but they'll have to add a lot of stuff to make sure that it works as intended. I think seeing the last Champions mode for the Korean server, I think I definitely see positive opinions of how things will work, but they'll probably have to add a lot of different systems to make sure to, you know, keep existing hardcore players happy while making sure there's no pressure for the new players. Like, making pressure for no players probably still exists. So I mean, it will definitely exist, trust me. I felt that when I played the Champions mode, because I didn't play for the past few days. Then I got into it, so I was like kind of in the rush to get to that points. And when I was playing it, I was able to gain like to that rank within like 2 hours. I was like, wait a second, what is happening? I'm losing, I'm not gaining any, I'm not deducting any points. Then I saw the requirement changes they had for that season in particular. It's a new thing they tested out, and I looked at it and I was like, wow, this is actually really, really easy. So like I said, it might, if it is too easy, you will get bored easily for sure. So there are going to be other baits to keep when you're playing. But the point I'm trying to say is, it will work towards to those people who has a pressure of losing. It definitely does not exist. So to make everyone happy, that's like impossible task. But I think they're doing what they think they're right, and I'm not saying they're wrong. But I'm saying that it takes a lot of consideration to add it, and I'm pretty sure there are tons of people that could easily abuse the system, so they have to implement it right. But that is pretty much it for this video. Thanks for listening. Me babbling for like a long time, but yeah, there's a lot of details, and I'm going to go now. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time for more videos, and thanks for watching me for 2024, and I'll see you again in 2025. That's a promise. So yeah, see you guys next time. Take care. Happy New Year.